Hello viewers, in the previous episode we have discussed about the silicates. The complete structure of the various type of silicates were discussed. In continuation, today we shall be talking about the synthesis, structure and properties of tetrasulfur tetranitride, then halogen, their occurrence, electronic configuration and various physical properties will be discussed in detail. At the end, the reactivity of halogen with hydrogen, oxygen, water and alkalis shall be discussed. Let us see first the tetrasulfur tetranitride. It is having S4N4 formula, which is binary sulfur nitride having gold poppy colored solid. It contains sulfur in its +3 oxidation state. It also contains nitride ion. Nitrogen and sulfur have similar electronegativity and often form extensive families of covalently bonded structure. The tetrasulfur tetranitride is shock sensitive. Purer samples are more shock sensitive than those contaminated with elemental sulfur. It is used to synthesize nitrogen heterocycles. Tetrasulfur tetranitride has an unusual extreme cradle structure. It can be viewed as a derivative of a hypothetical 8-membered ring of alternating sulfur and nitrogen atoms. Single crystal X-ray diffraction revealed that pairs of sulfur atoms across the ring are separated by 2.586 angstrom, which results in a case-like structure. The similar case-like structure can also be seen in water molecule in the solid state, that is also having the tetrahedral structure. The bonding of tetrasulfur tetranitride is considered to be delocalized as bond distance between neighboring sulfur and nitrogen atoms are almost the same. Average sulfur nitrogen bond length is 1.62 angstrom. Since sum of the covalent radii for sulfur and a nitrogen is 1.78 angstrom, hence sulfur nitrogen bonds seem to have some double bond character. The single bond distance sulfur to sulfur is 2.08 angstrom, thus it is a weak bond. It is larger than the previous one between the sulfur and nitrogen. The structure is heterocyclic ring having a case-like structure like this. This sulfur-sulfur distance is 2.58 angstrom. This nitrogen-sulfur nitrogen angle is 105 degree and this sulfur nitrogen sulfur angle it is 113 degree. As compared with this sulfur-sulfur bond, which is a weak bond, it is relatively shorter. It is having 1.62 angstrom bond distance. This is the structure of the tetrasulfur tetranitride. The tetrasulfur tetranitride is prepared by reaction of sulfur monochloride with ammonia. This is the sulfur monochloride reacting with ammonia forming tetrasulfur tetranitride. The ammonium chloride is formed. Another synthesis use sulfur monochloride and ammonium chloride. This is ammonium chloride reacting with the sulfur monochloride forming tetrasulfur tetranitride. The tetrasulfur tetranitride is stable to air. Melting point of tetrasulfur tetranitride is 178 degree centigrade. It has been shown to co-crystallize with benzene. Tetrasulfur tetranitride is thermochromic. Thermochromic, chrome means color, thermo means by variation of temperature there is some variation in appearance its color particularly. It changing from pale yellow below minus 30 degree centigrade to orange at room temperature and changing to deep red above 100 degree centigrade. So, beautiful crystal which is thermochromic in nature. The endothermic enthalpy of formation originates in the difference in energy of tetrasulfur tetranitride compared to its highly stable decomposition product. This is the way how tetrasulfur tetranitride is decomposed into constituent the nitrogen and the sulfur. Because one of its decomposition product is a gas, this nitrogen is a gas in this decomposition product, hence tetrasulfur tetranitride is an explosive material. Small samples can be detonated by striking with a hammer. This tetrasulfur tetranitride is soluble in carbon disulfide CS2, benzene and dioxane. let us see some of the properties of the tetrasulfur tetranitride. It got much attention because of precursor to an unusual polymer called polythiazyl. Polythiazyl is a bronze colored shiny solid with metallic appearance. The polythiazyl was first conductive inorganic polymer. Polythiazine conducts electricity and conductivity increases as the temperature decreases. It becomes superconductor at 0.26 Kelvin. The polythiazyl is used in LEDs, transistor, battery cathode and solar cells. Conductivity is much greater along the chain than in other direction. Hence, polythiazyl behaves as one dimensional metal conductor. This is the structure of polythiazyl having sulfur nitrogen sulfur angle 120 degree, and this angle is with the nitrogen sulfur nitrogen is 106 degree. This nitrogen sulfur distance is 160, as little larger as compared to that of this sulfur nitrogen distance of 159 picometer. It is the structure of polythiazyl. The tetrasulfur tetranitride serves as a Lewis base by binding through nitrogen to strongly Lewis acidic compounds such as antimony pentachloride and sulfur trioxide. The case is distorted in these adducts. This is the formation of adduct of tetrasulfur tetranitride with this of antimony pentachloride, and this is reacting with sulfur trioxide, which is strongly Lewis acidic compound, forming the adduct as tetrasulfur tetranitride with sulfur trioxide. It is protonated by HbF4 to form tetrafluoroborate salt. This is the formation of tetrafluoroborate salt with this of HbF4. These are some reactions of this tetrasulfur tetranitride. Dilute sodium hydroxide hydrolyzes tetrasulfur tetranitride as yielding thiosulfate and trithionate. It is a formation of thiosulfate and it is a trithionate from tetrasulfur tetranitride, and this next exercise is for concentrated base which is forming corresponding sulphite. The next topic is a detailed discussion about the halogens, because we have to discuss further with the interhalogen and polyhalides. So, I thought that it is better to learn a depth idea about the halogens. This is the 17th group comprising of the fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and astatine. It is the representation for the chlorine, bromine, iodine. It is chlorine in the gaseous phase, it is bromine in the liquid state, and it is iodine in the solid state, and it is representing how the boiling point increases down the group. This fluorine and chlorine is gas, this bromine is liquid, and iodine in astatine is solid. The group 17 elements have all the 5 toxic in nature, non-metallic and grouped as halogen. In Greek, hal is representing the salt and gen means generation and formation. So, halogen means the group of element which are salt former in nature. Halogens do not occur in free state, however, found in combined form in earth's crust. Fluorine and chlorine are reasonably abundant. Main source of fluorine is fluorspar, calcium fluoride CaF2 mineral. Chlorine is obtained from sodium chloride by mining and evaporation of seawater. In Greek, it is representing the salt former. The bromide occur in seawater, iodide occur in low concentration in seawater. All elements of halogen family are colored. The halogens are more reactive than other non-metal groups because of 7 valence electrons which require one additional electron to satisfy the octet rule. As evident, it is having a 1s2 2s2 2p5 structure for fluorine, and it is having 3s2 3p5 configuration for chlorine. So, this 3p5 or 2p5 is having a deficiency of single electron. So, it has a strong tendency to achieve the octet. Fluorine is the most reactive halogen and astatine in the bottom is least reactivity. Astatine is a radioactive element, but behaves similar to that of iodine, hence kept with the group 17. This is the electronic configuration of the fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and acetatin. All of them is having 5 electrons in the p orbital. So, this 2p5 or as type of configuration can be seen. This is the physical state. This fluorine is gas of color yellowish brown, chlorine is gas yellowish brown, this bromine is liquid reddish brown and iodine is a solid of violet color. This acetatin, the color is not confirmed, but probably it is a black color and is solid state. Fluorine and chlorine are gas as discussed, and bromine liquid and iodine is solid, means in the same group the state of the element is getting changed. Since intermolecular attraction increases from fluorine to iodine, hence iodine is existing in solid state. All of these are nonmetals in nature due to their high electronegativity value. So, it was the metallic character. The non-metallic character is also having a trend. It decreases with increase in atomic number from fluorine to iodine. The density in liquid state increases from fluorine to iodine, means going down in the group. Let us discuss about the nature of bond and molecularity. It depends upon difference in electronegativity of the bonding atoms, the nature of the bond. The bond is ionic. If the difference is large, it is having the difference more than or equal to 2, and the bond is covalent if the difference is small or negligible. Thus, alkali halides are mostly ionic due to large difference in electronegativity. Molecularity: all halogens are diatomic molecule in the solid, liquid and gaseous state. Halogens form diatomic molecules of type X2 in their elemental state. Bond energy: there is gradual decrease in bond energy in X2 molecule due to the increase in size, which results in less effective overlap of orbitals. Chlorine, bromine and iodine follows the trend. The bond energy of fluorine is abnormally low. It is 126 kilojoule per mole. According to Coulson, fluorine atoms are small and fluorine-fluorine bond length is also small, that is 1.48 angstrom, and because of this small bond length, the internuclear repulsion is appreciable. The large repulsions between lone pair of electrons on two fluorine atoms also weakens the bond. This is the presentation for the size of atom and ions, bond length and the bond energy. It is the bond length for fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine, which goes on increasing down the group, and this is the associated bond energy. Because of the shorter bond length, it is having the 126 bond dissociation energy, and it is relatively large bond length. The atomic radius increases down the group as fluorine is having the smallest radius, and iodine and acetatin are gradually having larger atomic radius. The number of protons and neutrons increases the size of nucleus. More energy levels are gradually added with each period, which results in larger orbital, and therefore, the atomic radius increases. Let us discuss about ionization energy of the halogen. The ionization energy decreases down the group. Fluorine needs largest amount of ionization energy. The energy required to pull off the outermost electron is not as high for the elements at the bottom of the group due to more energy levels, because size is getting enlarged. Also, the high ionization energy makes the element appear non-metallic in nature. Iodine and acetatin display metallic property, so ionization energy decreases down the group. The value of ionization energy is very high, therefore, poor tendency of atoms appear to lose electrons and form positive ions. The ionization energy for fluorine is higher than other because of its small size. Halogens, chlorine, bromine and iodine have lower ionization energy than hydrogen, yet do not form X plus type of ions. It is because halide ions would be large, thus have low hydration and lattice energies. Since ionization energy would be larger than the lattice energy or hydration energy, hence these ions or X plus are not normally formed, the cations of halogen. Let us discuss about the electron affinity of halogens. electron affinity decreases from fluorine to iodine on going down in the group. The unexpected lower electron affinity of fluorine than chlorine is probably due to the small size of fluorine, which causes repulsion between the electron already present and the electron being added. Hence, fluorine has less tendency to accept electron as compared to that of chlorine. The electron affinities for the halogens are all negative. It shows that energy is evolved when a halogen atom gains an electron. It shows that halogens can form halide ion. This is the first ionization energy value, the electron affinity and the electronegativity value. One can see that electronegativity is gradually decreasing on moving down in the group from fluorine to astatine, and here it is the first ionization energy which is having the largest value for fluorine due to its small size and more pull towards the nucleus, and the smallest value is for the iodine due to its larger size. The electronegativity decreases down the group from fluorine to astatine. The number of valence electrons in an atom increases down the group due to the increase in energy levels. Therefore, nucleus and electrons are not as attracted to each other. An increase in shielding is observed. Electronegativity therefore decreases down the group. The another major property is melting and boiling point. The melting and boiling point increases down the group because size of molecule increases down the group, which increases strength of van der Waals forces. The gradual increase in intermolecular attraction takes place. At room temperature, fluorine and chlorine are gases, bromine is liquid, and iodine exists in the solid state. In temperature climate, there are only two elements which exist as liquid at room temperature, that is bromine and mercury. At atmospheric pressure, iodine solid sublimes without melting. This is the physical state and appearance compared with their melting point and boiling point for the halogen atoms from fluorine to astatine. This is the way how the melting point goes on increasing and also the boiling point. It is the trend shown beautifully. The boiling point increases when we move down in the group. The oxidizing power, the next property of the halogen. Halogens have high electron affinity and so have a strong tendency to accept electron from other substances. Hence, halogens are good oxidizing agent. The oxidizing power decreases from fluorine to iodine on moving down in the group. The fluorine is the strongest oxidizing agent, although the electron affinity of fluorine is less than chlorine. It is all due to its low bond dissociation energy and high heat of hydration. Generally, a halogen of low atomic number will oxidize a halide ion of higher atomic number. Since fluorine is the strongest oxidizing agent, it can oxidize any of the other halide ions in solution or when it is in dry state. The nature of compound, halogens can form ionic as well as the covalent compounds. This is the formation of the ionic compound. Sodium is reacting with chlorine forming sodium chloride. It is the formation of phosphorus pentafluoride, phosphorus trichloride by reaction of phosphorus with fluorine and chlorine. So, this second reaction is representing the formation of covalent, and the first group of reaction is representing the formation of the ionic bond. So, these halogens are having the property to form ionic as well as covalent bond. Fluorine does not possess d orbital in the valence shell, and so it is not capable of exhibiting higher oxidation state. If halogen atom is more electronegative in the molecule, it has -1 oxidation state as in hydrogen fluoride. On the other hand, if halogen atom is less electronegative in the molecule, it shows variable oxidation states in the range +1 to +7. It may exist as +1, +3, +5, +7 oxidation state. These are the various oxidation states grouped together for the elements fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and astatine. This bromine is existing +1, +3, +4 and +5 oxidation state. Iodine is having +1, +5 and +7 oxidation states in compounds. After the oxidation state, let us have a brief account of the reactivity of the elements of the halogen. Fluorine reacts with all the other elements in periodic table except the lighter noble gas, particularly helium, neon, argon. The metals like copper, nickel, iron and aluminum acquire a protective fluoride coating on it. Chlorine and bromine reacts less vigorously as compared to fluorine. Iodine is less reactive and does not combine with some elements as sulfur and selenium. Fluorine and chlorine often oxidize element further than do bromine and iodine and bring out higher valencies as seen in phosphorus pentachloride and sulfur hexafluoride. This is the way how the reactivity can be presented. It is fluorine which is most reactive, attracts electron very easily, and this astatine is least reactive because it has great difficulty to attract electrons. The reactivity of elements decreases down the group from fluorine to astatine because atomic radius increases with an increase in energy level. It decreases attraction for the valence electrons of other atom and thus reactivity goes on decreasing. This trend of decrease also appears because electronegativity decreases down the group. Therefore, there is less attraction for the electrons when we move down from fluorine to astatine. The halogens exhibit the property to oxidize metals and usually undergoes oxidation reduction reaction in the aqueous solution. Halogen react with hydrogen to form hydrogen halide like this. It is the formation of hydrogen halide. It may be hydrogen fluoride, hydrogen chloride, hydrogen bromide. So, these halides can be formed. The reactivity towards hydrogen decreases down the group. Hydrogen reacts with fluorine violently. With chlorine is explosive in sunlight, but it hardly proceeds in dark. With bromine, it is explosive only on exposure to flames, and iodine reacts slowly at room temperature, and astatine partially react forming an equilibria. All these hydrogen halides form acids when mixed with water. This is the formation of the hydrogen halide, hydrogen fluoride, hydrogen chloride, hydrogen bromide and hydrogen iodide. It is the value of their boiling point, melting point. Then it is corresponding density which goes on increasing from fluorine to iodine type of hydrogen halide, and it is the dissociation constant value from 3.2 to -10, -10 held for hydrogen iodide. Hydrogen fluoride is only hydrogen halide which forms hydrogen bond. Thus, boiling point of hydrogen fluoride is much higher than hydrogen chloride. Here, the intermolecular type of hydrogen bond is formed which establishes large aggregation of molecule. Thus, more energy is required to break them apart. Here, chlorine is having a larger size. So, such type of large aggregation is not effectively formed as compared to that of hydrogen fluoride. HCl, HBr, HI and HAT, the hydrostatic acid, are all strong acid, but hydrogen fluoride is a weak acid. Hydrogen fluoride is only hydrogen halide which forms hydrogen bond. Thus, boiling point of hydrogen fluoride is much higher as compared to that of hydrogen chloride. This is the sequence of acid strength. Hydrogen fluoride is weak and hydrogen iodide is strong. The strongest acid is hydrogen iodide because of lowest bond dissociation energy. Hydrogen fluoride is mainly used to make freons for refrigerator, what we have discussed previously, the chlorofluorocarbon, and as propellant in aerosol it is used. HCl is mainly used for pickling metals, that is removal of oxide layer from the metal surface. The stability decreases from hydrogen fluoride to hydrogen iodide because their dissociation energy also decreases in the same order. This is the pattern of dissociation energy. Hydrogen fluoride needs a largest value. Hydrogen fluoride and hydrogen chloride are stable even up to 1200 degree centigrade temperature and do not dissociate into its constituent elements. The reducing power of hydrogen halide increases with increase in size of halogen atom. As you go down in the group, the fluorine is smallest and iodine is largest. So, this is the pattern of the reducing power for hydrogen halide based on the size of halogen. Hydrogen iodide is strongest reducing agent because hydrogen iodine bond is weakest and easily liberates hydrogen ions. The stability decreases from hydrogen fluoride to hydrogen iodide because their dissociation energy also decreases in the same pattern. The hydrogen fluoride and hydrogen chloride are quite stable. The hydrogen iodide is strongest reducing agent because hydrogen iodide bond is weakest and liberates easily the hydrogen ions. All halogens form oxide on reacting with oxygen. The oxide of fluorine is called oxygen fluoride because fluorine is more electronegative as compared to that of oxygen. Fluorine exhibit -1 oxidation state in its oxide. However, oxides of other halogen exhibit positive oxidation state ranging somewhere between +1 to +7. It is oxygen difluoride having -1 oxidation state. These are the oxides having +1 oxidation state, chlorine dioxide and bromine dioxide having +4 oxidation state. This is having +5, +6, the +7 oxidation states of various oxides of halogen has been given. All the halogen oxides are acidic in nature. Acidic strength of oxide increases with increase in oxidation state of element. Next is the halogen oxoacids. It consists of hydrogen, oxygen and halogen atoms, for example, hypochlorous acid, chloric acid and perchloric acid. The details has been discussed earlier. Let us see the reaction of halogens with water. Halogens are all soluble in water with slight variation in approach. The reaction with fluorine is spontaneous and exothermic in nature. The reaction is slow with chlorine due to high activation energy requirement. Iodine is weaker oxidizing agent and free energy change is positive, hence energy must be supplied make it oxidize water. So, what we can compare here, the fluorine is getting reacted spontaneously and the reaction is exothermic. It is in contrast to that of the reaction observed with iodine. Let us see the reactions. It is the reaction of fluorine with water which is having -795 kilojoules per mole, and it is the reaction with the iodine which is having the energy +105 kilojoules per mole. The last reaction is with the alkalis about the properties of the halogen. Fluorine reacts with cold and dilute alkalis and forms fluoride and oxygen fluoride. This is the formation of oxygen fluoride and it is formation of potassium fluoride on reaction of fluorine with potassium hydroxide, the dilute alkali. It is in the cold state. With hot and concentrated acid, it liberates oxygen. It is reaction with hot and concentrated potassium hydroxide with fluorine which is forming this potassium fluoride and liberates oxygen. In the cold and dilute alkali, there is formation of oxygen fluoride, and here with concentrated and hot there is liberation of oxygen. Chlorine, bromine, iodine, all the three halogens form respective halide and hypohalides with cold and dilute alkali. This is the formation of chloride and hypochlorite with sodium hydroxide reacting with chlorine. Chlorine, bromine, iodine form respective halide and halides with hot and concentrated alkalis. It is like this, sodium chloride and sodium hypochlorite is being formed. This episode is now summarized as we have discussed a lot about the synthesis, structure and properties of tetrasulfur tetranitride in the beginning. Then the detailed discussion of various properties of the halogens about their occurrence, electronic configuration, physical state, metallic character, density, nature of bond, molecularity, bond energy, atomic radius, ionization energy, electron affinity, electronegativity, melting and boiling point, oxidizing power and oxidation states of halogen has been discussed. In the next episode, we have a brief account of the application of this halogen in various fields. Further, interhalogen and polyhalide will be discussed in detail. Thank you.